Hey everybody, it's me, the Einstein of Wall Street from the floor, New York Stock Exchange, greatest financial institution in the world, the ceiling, the floor. I would say there's probably about 90% of that screen is totally in the red, and let's talk about why that is the case. As escalating tensions go on in the Middle East, obviously putting tension on oil, putting tension on the world, on the markets. Clearly, let's talk about it. We closed out down 300 at the low of the day. We closed down spiders, down 52 handles on the S&P. We have obviously VIX, the fear index is off more than 10%. So that's significant. That means that there's definitely tension in the market. We did have the beginning of a 2-day Fed meeting. All eyes are on that Fed meeting to determine whether the retail sales were poor, whether the economic data that we're getting in accordance with what's happening globally and obviously what's happening with tariffs is going to have enough impact on the Federal Reserve to decide to start cutting rates, or at least give us a schedule, to give us some calendar dates on when we're going to start cutting rates. We obviously know that the fear around low growth, slow growth environments, cutting rates there does cause stagflation, but that's not the case. We've got a lot going on. Whatever's happening globally with the Middle East and the tensions there are huge. There's nothing but red here. We did trade 1.1 billion shares. I would say advances versus declines is about 4-1. Transports, Mag 7, Smackaroo. I think Nvidia was up, just part of a little bit of a rally in the chip sector, but as the tensions in the Middle East rally, oil obviously responds in a favorable fashion, because when there's blood in the streets in the Middle East, you're going to see tension affecting oil to go up. So a lot of red, except two things in this kind of an environment. You've got the VIX up on fear and you got Brent up on oil, and that's where we stand. So as I described to you, there's a lot going on here that we really need to watch. The Fed meeting, the Middle Eastern war, and the effects on tariffs on our economy. We haven't really gotten a good sense of how those numbers are going to start affecting us on prices. Retail sales were down, and that is clearly the beginning of how we're going to start to interpret how tariffs are going to affect everything now, right? I mean, the bottom line is who's going to end up paying for these tariffs. I know some people in the powers that be believe that this is going to be carried by those countries, and that's not at all a fact. It's either the companies and the consumer at the end of the road. So that is a lot going on. We don't have, look, down 300 on the Dow, down 52 on the S&P. It's just the beginning of what potentially this could turn into on the downside. On the upside, we could disengage this. They could settle the things in the Middle East. I don't think that's happening right away, but we'll see. I think the next catalyst is clearly going to be whatever the Federal Reserve does and that relationship between J.J. Pow, and Donald Trump. So you know what? That's all I got to say about that.